Now that we have created our first page, let's take a look at how we can take things from this page and create a new one. First, there's one thing that I do want to make global, which is my header here. I will hover over the module. By the way, this only works with modules and not with rows or sections. So I hover over the module and I click on this icon here where I can save it. I can save it to my library. Let's call this one headline. I will tell this to be a global item. Then I will save this to the library. Once I've done this, I will notice that the color changes. So now the module is not gray anymore. Instead, it's green. Let's save this page, or actually let's publish it. I click on the dot dot dot. On the right hand side, I will click on publish. And I will go back to my other pages. So I go to the dashboard and then to my pages. I will add a new page. Let's call this one second project. And I use the Divi builder. It's saving and then it's starting the builder. This time we will clone an existing page. And we can see we have our under construction page and the first project. I choose it and it will copy all of the contents over here. Now, what I can do is I can hover over here and click on the cogwheel. I can see that I have linked or synchronized settings. Every setting that has this icon means that it is synchronized over all the pages that we have. To prove this, let me unsynchronize this and change my text here. So I call this one second project and more awesome stuff as the subline. Maybe I want the sizes of this overall to be larger and the second line to be a little bit transparent to give more of a visual hierarchy. So I go to the design, to my text, and here I keep the synchronized options turned on. My general text should become a little bit transparent, so I click on the picker and I change the transparency here to my liking. Then I change the font size of the text and I change the font size of the heading. Let's make it a lot larger so we can clearly see that we changed something. Then I save this and I publish this. Then I will open up in a second tab my previous page that I built. I hover over the name of my website, I right click and I say open link in a new tab. In here, I will then go to my pages and will open up the first project. I will click on edit with Divi. And you will notice that it still says my first project, awesome stuff I did, but now the size has changed and the transparency of the text has changed. Because of this, we can now create many different pages, and if we decide, let's change the size of the font or the color or something like this, we only have to do it on one of the pages, and it is linked to all the other pages as well. Unfortunately, this does not work with our background here, so there we always have to change the background manually, which we would do anyways, and the colors also. So let me go to my second project. I will edit the settings of the section. I will go to the image, click on it, and here I will choose another image as the background. And I will choose, let's keep the colors as they are. For the next one, maybe I first want to have another headline that explains something and then a video underneath it. So I don't need this row down here. I do want a section, so I keep it. But down here, I hover over the row trash icon and I delete it. Then I have a single row here. Where did that come from? Let me just delete that as well. And I click on the plus icon here to create a new one. Just a single column. I will start with some text that would be my headline, but here I will just say, meh, sure, fine, whatever, that's it. Then underneath it, I want to have a video. For this, I will click on the plus. Sometimes when things are very close together, it's kind of hard to access these elements. A little trick that you can use is when you open up the dot 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 button, you can go to the left side here into this view. And in here, you can see all of the things you've done in a more organized view without visual elements. So here, it's a lot easier for me to access the plus icon, where I could then say that I want to add a video. In the video, I can either add a URL or a video directly. I would always recommend using an actual video. So let me just go, for instance, to YouTube. And let's just take anything. Sure, Toy Story 4. I opened this up in a new tab, and you don't actually have to copy any share links or embed stuff. We really only care about the link that we see in the top here. So copy this, go back to your page. I'm here on my second page. I click on Add Video, and instead of uploading something myself, I will say Insert from URL. And I simply insert this, and it will do all of the rest automatically. I will say Insert into Post, hit OK, and I go back to my desktop view, and I can see, voila, my video is here. Of course, I still have all the settings that I'm used to. So on the right side here, I have my design elements. I even have additional elements, for instance, for a play button or an overlay image that is shown before this video loads in the background. But feel free to explore these things yourself. One other really nice thing about Divi is, for every module that you have a help right here. So when you click on help, it shows you a video for how, in this case, the Divi video module works. And this goes for everything, for module settings, for row settings, section settings. You can always click on the help icon and it will show you videos that explain all of the settings of that module in more detail. Okay. Now that we have a second page, let's actually see how we can create a landing page where we show a grid that links to all of our works.